What we're after is a revolution like no other. That's what we want. That's what we have to do in order to be better than these nuts and mutts that are running things now. We have to be able to get along amongst ourselves and not kill each other over it. The reason that we kill each other over it is because we've entrusted our collective monies to a bunch of predators and beasts. And these people always put on a show for the people at large, and the show includes mass fear. And the people don't have the wherewithal or leadership to come out and say, we don't want that. What we want is this, and then lay it on the line. They've always been able to create terror. You know, the BP disaster was the last thing they did. God knows what the next thing is going to do. 911 was that as well, although it was a demolition too, because that was something, they had that planned pretty well. I mean, the more I look at the pictures, the more I see it was a controlled demolition. The people who cleaned it up were controlled Demolition Incorporated. So, you know, that's what it was. And they had to get rid of those dangerous buildings because they didn't build them right. And, you know, they don't like to admit their mistakes. You know, and the world is just nothing more than evidence of their collective mistakes. Our leadership is not good leadership. And you would think for the money we could get good leadership, but that's not true. When you start equating things with money, that's where you lose it, right there. You know, there are people in this world who realize that it's a short, wild little ride, and the only thing you're here to do is to make it a better place. If you can't do that, well, it's not even worth being here, you know. And no matter what, you know, there's some of us who can see that last day. I saw it when I was a baby, when I was tiny. I remember the last day I saw it. It was plain. And what are you going to face on that last day? What were you? What are you? And what you did is what you are. Everybody has to face that last day. Most of the leadership, most of the people here put that off, facing the last day. They don't even want to think about it. It's something that scares them sillier than they already are. So we are in a trap. That's the way it is. So the leadership and the elite keep hoping that some sort of scientific avatar will come along and reinvent immortality. And immortality is definitely possible, or at least a vastly extended lifespan. The only reason we lost so much when our world fell again before. We could live quite a lot longer. It's quite evident. That's very evident. This living 60, 70, 80 years, even 100 years, that's an aberration. That's retarded. But there's so much about this world that's retarded. If you want to have a revolution, we can have a revolution, but it has to use the net, and it has to be different. It has to be a bloodless revolution. It has to be a revolution of the mind. Just tell those people that are leading you that they cannot do it anymore the way they have been doing it. And the greed is bad. The greed is your devil. The greed eats you singly and in groups. And that is the number one problem to be addressed.